Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome one and all, to the Studio Rats Live Q&A number 128. My name's James Ivy.
I'm Paul Drew.
And once again, Mr. Drew is spinning round in a chair.
Just think, I need a bit of a shave.
Yeah, you are looking a little bit rough around the edges.
Yeah, feeling a bit rough around the edges.
Well, we hope you're all very, very well out there in internet land.
Yes.
Plenty of stuff to talk about today. It's been a very busy week in the audio world. It's been a very busy week in my world as well. But as is tradition, Mr. Drew, what have you been up to?
It's a good question.
It's a good question.
Well, not a lot. We did the new release of the Origin Effects MEQ driver, which was
how good is that pedal?
Yeah. It's really good, isn't it?
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's really good. But that's in the news as well. So, So we did the launch for that with and it seems that we were quite high up on the viewing counts.
Yes.
To be beaten by Pete Thorne so far, I think.
I can accept that.
Yeah, I can accept that.
I can take that.
Car God Pete Thorne. What else? I went
out to Thorne. We're coming for you. That's all I can say.
We went house hunting on Saturday.
Ooh.
I've just been doing videos and clearing up videos and planning videos, more videos and videos.
Nice.
Yeah. What about yourself?
Well, I've had a busy day today. I was asked by the good people at Studio Spares to go and do a presentation about, making a living in the music industry and not just from playing or not just from stuff.
Yeah.
Which seemed to go down quite well. I then had to dash to South London to do some really boring accountants type stuff. Apparently I had to sign it in real life with a witness and all that sort of stuff. So that was a bit boring. Other than that, I have been wiring, cabling, configuring, setting up, testing, measuring, studio type things. Do you want the tour?
Yeah. Do you want to do it now?
Right, let's do it now. Let me do that. If I go forward one, hopefully we'll do the same as last week. I will mute once this thing happens. Hopefully allow. Yes.
Lovely.
Okay. You can probably hear me from two places now, which is very strange. If I enter the studio that way.
There we go.
I will mute there and I'll mute there.
Hey, he's gone. Back in a minute. Come on, man. Oh, I'll let.
How about now?
Hey, that's great.
No, that's confusing, isn't it? So what we need to do is
let's hide this. I'm going to hide this. I'm going to hide this if I can. No, I can't.
Right, I need to do that. There we go.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. It's not very fun, is it?
Oh.
Wow. There's a lot of cable to sort through. So let's start with the good stuff. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so racks are being populated.
Nice.
Which is nice. We now have speakers and monitors and stuff.
All wired up, everything working?
Epically so.
Oh, nice.
We then have racks of goodness over here as well.
We've got in there. Hold on. Lift up. Pan up. Stop. When did you get that?
I haven't sent it back.
and I love the way that you've actually put it in your rack.
Well, I did contact them and say I'd like to buy it, please, and they said okay.
Okay. What is that? Is that the new bus compressor thing?
That's the bus compressor, the Bus Plus.
Okay.
And then these racks are now being populated hard.
Look at that lot.
Which is very lovely. And then, so what's really cool, is that thus far.
Oh, you got your little tissues. You're getting that excited over over.
Mate, I have been so sneezy and I've been so sneezy this week. It's been ridiculous.
Yeah, well, you know what you're doing.
Right. So the cool thing is, thus far, I've done some tests. So I've got 2 sets of monitors set up,
Right.
and both of which have a rather juicy sub. That's the sub for the Focals, and that's the sub for the Tannoys.
Right.
So this afternoon,
Yeah.
This morning, I wound up the Tannoys to full tilt.
Oh, wow.
To the point where I was like, pinned back in my chair and went outside.
Right.
Nothing.
Oh, wow. Nice one.
Like, because it was so obliteratingly loud, you could feel the bass rather than hear it.
Okay, so you could hear them,
but only so quiet.
Nice, great.
I did the same with the Focals, and because they're running through the Trinnov, they're optimized and stuff, yada yada.
Yeah.
And nothing at all.
You could put those through the Trinnov as well, couldn't you?
No, because I've only got 4 channels of processing.
Right, okay.
But deftly quiet outside.
Nice. Fantastic.
So that lot is that's all being plumbed in, interfaces and stuff.
Right.
I've got more D sub cables than I know what to do with, and that's not entirely true. Amp World is starting to take shape.
Nice. Ooh, look at that lot.
Look at that lot.
I see you haven't brought in the valve state, James.
No, that's not coming in here. No, it will come in eventually. Then Drum World is starting to happen.
Right.
And then on the walls,
look at
my
that.
very personal music shop.
Look at that. There's James's big pink semi I've just seen.
Yeah, nice. Drums and things over there, guitars and things. I mean, it looks like an absolute tip at the minute, I know.
Yeah.
But we're getting there. There's a lot of rubbish still to go out, but obviously it's not very nice. What I'm quite proud of or pleased with here, obviously, Drum World. Now, again, I've been doing some testing with the drums.
Yeah.
Sort of sent the wife down the garden and to find out if you could hear it.
Right.
Can't.
Oh, wow. Well, not
to the point that you go, she said, I knew you were playing, but you couldn't tell a direction.
Oh, okay. So you can hear it.
You can hear something,
right.
But you've got to be like 2 feet from the studio.
Okay, excellent.
So neighbours aren't going to have a problem, which is great.
Yeah.
But I'm particularly proud or pleased with my secondary control station. So I've got a monitor, I've got my UFA mouse, keyboard.
Hang on a second. You're going to have a UFA just for your drum playing?
Well, no. It's so when I'm drumming, I haven't got to keep jumping up and going over to the desk to tweak something.
That's fair enough, but that's quite an expensive thing to have just for that.
Yeah, it is. I can move it, but it's very handy just to have, I do so much drumming, it kind of makes sense to have a lot of control. I've also got we'll have a drawer of useful drummy things.
Do you know what? Isn't it more worthwhile just having like an old iPad and the, the software?
No, but this works.
Oh, okay.
This actually does what it's supposed to do.
Oh, okay.
All the iPad solutions and stuff, I think are rubbish, if I'm totally honest.
I'm just trying to save you money.
Got it now. I like it there. It's good. But yeah, I'm pretty much I'm mic'd up and ready to rock and roll, pretty much.
Nice.
Cables all run nice and neatly into the patch on the wall.
Nice.
I've got all my acoustic treatment ready to go. I know where that's going. More cables. I also got, thanks to Black Friday and thanks to the guys at iAcoustic.
Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? Look at that. They're nice.
That's the diffuser version of the panels. So there's going to be 2 diffusers, one there, one there.
Yeah, bullshit a diffuser though, because that doesn't look like it's going to do anything, but I like the way it looks.
I think there's a certain amount of BS diffuser, but I also like the way it looks.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. I like that. I really like.
So there's going to be those. and they'll be flanked by two of the normal ones, two of those ones.
How's that diffuse? Hold on, go back to that. It's flat, isn't it?
It's not. It's not. It's got a. It's quite solid.
Yeah, but it's flat. There's nothing sort of sticking. There's nothing to disperse anything, is there?
I think no. This has got a texture to it.
And would that disperse? Okay.
It's quite deep.
Okay.
But I spoke to the folks at iAcoustic, and they
Yeah.
said that was the way forward. But yeah, we're getting there. There's a lot still to do. Because I haven't been able to put the acoustic treatment in the right place because I haven't had speakers working.
So, what was I going to say?
I'm going to come back because this is annoying me.
Have you got a cloud? Have you got a cloud going? You're not going to bother.
Hang on a second.
Oh, it's nice when he's quiet, isn't it? To be able to listen to his annoying little voice. You can't even hear me. It's great.
Great. Yes, I can.
Hey, so are you having a cloud put in?
Not yet. I might use a couple of those.
Yeah.
As a cloud, but to be honest, I don't want to mess with the ceiling because the thing is in here. So far, it sounds really good, even without the treatment.
It still sounds echoey to me, but it sounds less echoey than yesterday, than last week. Sorry.
But the drums sound incredible in here. The natural drum sound is great. The kick drums really got some weight to it, which is nice. Those one I've got them up in. I've obviously got the Tatrix gobos as well to go in here if I need to put anything sort of temporary. And they're quite chunky and quite heavy duty, so they'll do quite a lot for it.
Yeah. Oh, they definitely will. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Looks great.
But yeah, everything's heading in the right direction. I reckon another week, because I'm basically, as I'm doing it, I'm testing everything.
Yeah.
So I'll install a thing, test a thing, tidy that thing.
Yeah.
And that's why it's taking so long.
Yeah. Nice.
But we're getting there. Yes, slowly but surely. Shall we dive through some of these here? We've got a whole load of stuff happened. And the first thing we should do is this.
Mr. Olsen, thank you, sir. He says, evening, chaps. Long time no speakage. Living the latest, loving the latest, I'm guessing, Boss Katana patches, Paul. How about a set of signature type tones for Katana? GT100, sorry. E.g. rhythm and lead for Eric Johnson, Lukather, etc. Yeah, I've got to do so. Boss have commissioned another preset pack for the Katana and a preset pack for the next tone. And a preset pack for the bass Katana that Dan's going to do, actually.
Cool.
So yes,
a name we haven't heard for a while.
Yeah. So yes, that's not a bad idea, Dave. I'll have a look at that.
Eric Johnson tones are quite, very distinct. He has a very distinct style. Whereas Lukather, it's just a great fat rock and roll guitar sound, isn't it? I know that's just like saying it.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric Johnson or Dave Gilmour have very specific tones, don't they?
I think Lukather does as well. I think Lukather's known for that sort of modulated delay, stereo delays, that sort of stuff. Yeah. I'll have a look. That's not a bad idea, David.
Cool. Hang on. Okay. Right. Let's start then from the very top. Boom. Here we go.
Seb Pittman says, best for playing at home for recording using pedals. Would you choose the Katana 100 or IR 200? It seems like the Katana is the overall best value. Hold on. Best for playing at home for recording using pedals. So it depends what you want to do. The IR 200 obviously is just a little box and it hasn't got an amplifier speaker attached to it. It's just, it's designed to go straight in. I think you're probably going to get more use out of the Katana.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think the IR 200 will sound better if you're DIing. But the Katana
is just such a great package, isn't it? I mean, it ticks so many boxes for so many use cases. Yes, it is an amplifier, and yes, it is a relatively big thing by comparison to a pedal.
Yeah.
But I think, in the real world, which we're now back to, I think the katana is the way forward. I need to get the katana down here as well. That's another one to add to the guitar pile.
Daniel, he says, good evening from a sunny and warm North Carolina. Lovely.
Can't say it's sunny and warm here. It's not warm.
It's reached that sort of depressing, wintry sort of phase, and it would go through in England.
I have a word for it, and I think you'll agree. It's dank.
Dank's a perfect word for that. Yeah.
Dank is the perfect word.
Yeah. Mr. Moxie's in the house, and he says, good evening from a wet and thundery South Wales. Sounds like it's like that. It's like that everywhere. It's horrible.
Dank.
Horrible. Jeff Cook says, morning. Good morning from the land down under. Still Brisbane, still sunny, still married. Good man. It's been a couple of weeks. You're doing well, mate.
It's a good thing. Beautiful thing.
Brent Chadwick says, evening all. Hope all is well. And to you, Brent. Shep's in the house. He says, evening all. Evening, Shep. SDR. Evening, gents. Evening, SDR. Douglas White. Good evening, gents. Hope you are well. And to you, Douglas.
All is good.
Mr. Aaron Short is in the house, and he says, hi, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. Is that today?
I think Thanksgiving's normally the Thursday before Black Friday. I don't mean to sound like a heathen when I say that, but the only reason I know when Thanksgiving is, it's normally the Thursday before Black Friday.
Because someone explained to, I mean, I know Aaron is English, but can someone explain to me what Thanksgiving is all about?
It's to do with the founding fathers, isn't it?
Is it?
I think I believe so. My American history is sketchy at best, but I think it's to do with the founding fathers and giving thanks for them finding America. I think.
Okay, lovely jubbly.
Founding America.
Lovely jubbly.
If I'm wrong, please correct me, because I might have just made it up.
Chris says, evening rats and ratesses. We don't get a lot of ratesses. Are there any ratesses?
Do we know if there are any ratesses?
Well, there are definitely that watch the channel. I'm not sure that watch the show. So if there are, let us know. Safie's in the house. Hi, Safie. Good evening. He says.
And also, thank you, Safie, for your lovely comments on our video, our joint video on Monday.
Yes.
Apparently, giving it more beans is becoming a very popular phrase. I didn't realise I used it quite as much.
Oh, you do, yes. Jonathan, he said, "Good evening, gents." Evening, Jonathan. Gary Waddle says, "Good evening, gentlemen. Hope everyone is doing well, and to you, Gary." Keith's in the house. He says, "Hey all, hi, Keith."
Keith, personal message now. When are we getting back to these tracks? More, please. Yes, need to do some of that. It's all good.
David Ashcroft, evening all. Evening, David. Stephen James, good day from Brisbane, Australia. Paul, great video on the new Boss Katana patches. Cheers, Stephen. Noise Monkey, he says, evening, guys. Thanks for your Waves Horizon demo, Paul. When was that?
That's donkeys ago.
I wonder, was that even Production Expert?
Might have been.
Hey, but anyway, I ended up buying the full bundle, got it for 150 quid for the Waves Horizon. Is that what they're doing it for now? Yeah. How much did that used to be? Thousands.
I can never remember where the big one was. The platinum. Was it the platinum bundle?
No, diamond. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway,
good deal. You know, the thing is, a Wave stuff. There's always a deal at the moment. You can pick some of their stuff up.
There's always a 30 quid plugin.
Yeah. And most of the time, those 30 quid plugins are great.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're brilliant.
What's not to love for 30 quid?
John McQuiggan says, evening all from France. Evening, John.
I'm off to France on Friday.
There you go. William.
Well, nearly France, Disney.
Yeah. William says, good evening, Paul and James. Steve Lukather is a great guitar player. He sure is. Any idea of making a video how to get his sound, for example, with Boss Katana? That's funny. It's the second person to say that.
I've got no problem with doing that. I've got no problem with helping you on that one. That's for sure.
Yeah. David Minogue's happy. Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. And to you, David. STR says, so just a few bits in, James.
Yeah, just a little bit to do.
Marlon Carter says, quick question. I currently own a Boss Katana Mark II head. Is the Boss GX100 a worthwhile investment? If so, how can I use both the amp and the pedal to achieve the best playing experience? Yeah, definitely. So the GX100 is a definite upgrade to the Boss Katana in terms of the sounds. If you've got a Mark II head, yeah, what I would do if you want to use it live is to plug the GX100. You've got to turn off the speaker modeling inside the GX100, which is easy to do.
Yep.
And then go in the effects return of the Boss Katana. So then you'll be using the Katana's power amp, but the brains and the sounds inside the GX100.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good way there.
The only thing I would say with that is because the GX100 is stereo, you're not going to be getting the full effect of the GX100. So you could use the GX100. If you had two Katanas, you'd get the full effect of it.
Oh, how good would that be?
Yeah, or you could just plug the GX100 into a desk.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go out anymore with an amplifier. You know, I'm sure there will be gigs that I do, but most of the time I just go out with a.
I think the next gig we're doing together, you will.
Why?
Power Trio.
No, I'll be in ears all the way. I love it. I can hear everything. It's nice.
Okay.
Mr. McQuillan says, good evening to my fellow rodents. Hope all is well, and to you, David. Ivica Bago says, greetings from Croatia. Greetings.
That's nice.
What is that? What is that beastie?
Kind of jazz mastery-ish.
It's a pretty bit of wood, isn't it?
That's lovely, like that.
Yeah, let us know what that is, Ivica. Larry's in the house. He says, AA team running late after Child 2's birthday festivitar. I thought I'd send happy vibes to the gang. Hope everyone's having a good week. And to you, Mr. North. John Partridge. Hi, guys. Hi, John. Brent, very cool. Douglas White. Good evening, gents. Hope you're doing well. Do you have any tips for tracking guitar with plugins? Really struggling with CPU. Having multiple plugins open at once is a struggle. Looking at upgrading soon. Yeah, it really depends on, give us some more information. Let us know what can,
let us know about your computer specs, what plugins you're running, because obviously some are more thirsty than others.
Without doubt.
However, what you could try is, and this is what I do a lot, and I do it more for backup rather than, or for, backup by means of just in case I play something Moments of Genius and I never play it again. I split my guitar signal using like a Y split box, and then I run one signal through external processing, like a microphone in front of an amplifier, to give me a sound to play against. But I also capture the clean DI, so I'm capturing the tone of a real amp through a mic, but I've also got my clean DI, which I can then apply my plugins to after the recording.
Yeah.
So that might get you round not having enough juice to run all these lovely thirsty plugins without loads of latency.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think that's a good solution. I think. I still don't think. I think there are some. I think there are some plugins that do a really good job at emulating amps and modelers and that sort of stuff. I still think a dedicated modeler is always going to be better than going into software at the moment. So something like I don't know what you've got, what you can get hold of, but something like a Cortex or a Kemper or a Axe Effect.
An 11 rack you can pick up for under £100 now.
Can you really?
Under £100 on eBay. You could pick up an 11 rack, use the 11 rack's beautiful high Z input load balancing to get you a really good signal, clean signal to tape, and then monitor through its effects. Even if you don't use its effects in the final mix.
That's a good shit. £100. Gee, that's great.
I'm going to get another one just in case, because I use it so often. I mean, I probably won't now when I've got the.
I don't think you will. I think you're
But
better off.
sometimes, do you know, I'm just going to go, do you know what? I can't get that sound any other way. I was listening to, we've spoken about my previous pop star crush of Gloria Estefan, right? Oh, back in the day, Gloria Estefan. But I was listening to Cuts Both Ways, which has got some terrible, terrible digital overs in the mix, in the master.
Right.
But I love the songs, and it's beautiful. It's got some beautiful high end anyway. And I was listening to that through the Tannoys, going, "My God, this sounds good." But a lot of the guitar parts are DI straight into the desk for that really super compressed 80 Strat sound.
Nice.
Sounds really cool.
Nice. Jeff Cook, he said, Douglas White, there's no substitute for raw horsepower and an abundance of brand. He's very true.
Absolutely right.
David Knowles says, speaking of Black Friday, any good deals you care to share? I haven't seen any yet, actually. Oh, no, there is one. There is a good one I saw. Taylor guitar. You could basically get a half-price Taylor.
I also saw that Loudon, the Sheeran edition Loudons are half price at the moment.
Are they? That's worth it.
Who makes the? Is it who makes the Matt Bellamy guitar?
Court. Well, Court make the
Manson guitars, don't they?
Yeah, Court make the Indonesian version.
Yeah, they're doing that for 299 quid. The Indonesian version, 299 as opposed to 699. I was like, ooh, that's almost tempting.
Yeah. If it wasn't such a dog ugly guitar, but yeah.
No, but you'd route it out and put a Chaos pad, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I also saw GIK Acoustic are doing Black Friday deals on their panels. So if you're, and this is a genuinely serious one, if you find your mixes aren't translating into the car or whatever, it is probably not your mixes, it's probably the acoustic you are listening in. You could pick up a lot of acoustic treatment for not that much dough this weekend.
Nice. Brent says, lol.
All right.
David Olson, don't ever give your address out, James, or we'll be straight into the shed.
I'm not going to set that as a challenge, but no, my address doesn't tend to go out, and there is quite a substantial security system on this here shed now.
Have you got a camp fairly near you?
No.
You'd be all right.
And so I've got more security systems and lights and things. I'm not setting that out as a challenge, but I'm
guessing the word is it an offensive word? I'm guessing. I mean, I use it all the time, but
I do, but I don't think we should. Yes.
No.
I mean, it depends if you're mentioning lines from that film. Can't remember the name. Yes. Yeah.
John Partridge, what is the best pedal board on the market? 6 to 8 pedals.
Best. Oh, that's a very, very dangerous word.
6 to 8 pedals. Easy. And I really think this as well. I think it's so good. The Boss.
Yeah.
BCB 1000, because it I did the video on it, didn't I? It basically comes in this, and then you put this thing over the top, and it's basically a carry-on with a Has it got wheels? I think it's got wheels on it as well. Yeah, it's a carry-on with a thing. It's brilliant. It's really solid. It's got this bit here that comes out.
Yeah.
Put your power supply underneath it. It's got a little patch bay in it and everything. It's
nice.
And it's so solid. I'm really impressed with it. Cool. Now I can show the pedal board without going, oh, made a mistake. Again, I changed it again. I put the
plumes
in it. That sounded great with the Axe FX and a Strat.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, pleased with that. Oh, that's heavy. Anyway.
Anywho.
Ned Amido, good evening. Good evening, Ned. Dave says, your Katana presets are the best, man. I've tried several, and yours are always sound great, even with my clumsy things. Oh, cheers, David. you know, it took quite a long time to do those patches. Because I was doing it a different way. I was miking up the speaker.
Yeah.
I'm used to having a stereo patch.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to do like a mono patch. So it sounded exactly like as it would sound when you plug in.
When I did my one, they were all recorded through an actual microphone in front of the actual speakers. So in theory, you've got the same one. Someone's always going to say, sounds different with me, but that's down to these and guitars. And
every single time I do a product video, and it's just like, yeah, I think some guy was saying about he's got some DiMarzio, some high output DiMarzio pickups, and it doesn't sound the same. And I'm like, well, it could be your pickups, it could be anything. It could be
you, it could be your guitar, your pickups, your fingers, your attack on the instrument,
Michael says, hello gents, nice to see James's new digs coming together.
This smile hasn't actually gone away since we started moving everything in on Wednesday, which is nice.
John McGuigan says, I'm loving my new Katana Mark II 100 watts. Would love to see a preset pack with tones like Gary Moore / etc. Wow. Well, it sounds like, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I'll come over and we'll do that.
Yeah. Nedamido says, Seb Pittman, I've got the IR200 and it's great for silent recording with any sort of pedals. But if you also need a real amp for sound in the room, get the Katana. Couldn't agree more. Matt's in the house. Distant Sun Studios. He says, evening, everyone. Hope you are well. And to you, Matt. Ned, Thanksgiving is all about the pilgrims being saved from starvation and death by the First Nations peoples. That's a story anyway, but the truth is, yeah. And just, yeah. It's true, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a great line. I can't remember what film it is, but it's history is written by the winners.
Okay, yeah. Rob says, hello, recently purchased a Matchless Independence, which I discovered by your videos. Couldn't be happier. Thanks for the great content. Cheers, Rob. Yeah, nice one. If you bought it new, you do me a massive favor if you just tell Matchless why you bought it and all that sort of stuff. It really does help. That sort of stuff. But thank you. I'm really glad you got something out of it. It's a great amp. The Matchless, every time you plug into it, you just go, God, that's so good. I've been doing some product testing. There's a new product coming out from a pedal company that's so I'm involved in the beta sort of stage, and I'm plugging that into the. I was having been having a lovely time for the last couple of days playing through the Matches with this new pedal. Yeah, it's really. Jay Thornton says, thank you guys so much for the Katana stuff you do. Cheers, Jay. Pleasure. Jeff Cook, I received the 68 pedals King of Clone a couple of days ago. If it's indicative of what a King of Tone is like, then I'm mighty impressed. Nice one. How much is that? What's the I wonder how much the 68 pedals King of Clone is.
King of Clone.
Good, yeah. Thomas says, good afternoon, hope all is well. And you, Thomas. Andreas says, evening gents, congratulations to the awesome Studio James. What a journey that was.
It ain't over yet, but we're definitely getting there.
Yeah. Are you going to have any space to put a kitchen in there?
Yeah, so the other side of the cupboard. The other side of that door.
Ah, I see. Okay.
You go through the door, the door with the Les Paul handle, and then there's going to be the kitchen to one side, and then two cupboards.
Oh, is it that big down there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's 2 more meters on the end of the building.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Alex says, evening, everybody. Hey, rats. Hope you are all well. And you, Alex, picked up that Black Star Department 10 drive on last week's glowing recommendation. Nice one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lee was raving about that. Where is Lee, actually?
He may be here. What I should do, of course, is I shall copy that, and I shall, for anyone who fancies joining us, I shall post the link for tonight's show into the commentaries, which will now appear. So, anyone wants to join us?
I found this on the web.
Yes, thank you very much. There we go.
Jacob says, salutations from Fort Worth, Texas. Thanks for the chat. Nice one. And to you, Jacob.
Speaking of places with the name Fort in the title, we should try and get ourselves to Fort Wayne, Indiana for Gearfest.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We should do that.
Then
I'll
you
see.
get invited.
Yeah. I'll phone my mate. Or I'll at least drop him an email.
Who's your mate?
Mitch.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be good. Yeah, nice one.
Yeah.
Nice.
They don't have a problem with people taking cameras into their store because they've got a huge media department already. They would rather people take cameras in and see how wonderful their store is.
Absolutely. Lightwing. Sorry I'm late, guys. Just got back from the eye doctor. All is okay. Oh, good. I'm glad all is okay, Lightwing. Cred 813. Oh, he's got a PRS. He's got 2 PRSs. Nice. I am shopping. Would you get a Bad Cat or a Friedman Little Sister 20 watt?
I haven't tried either, so I couldn't say.
I think the Little Sister's really good. I like this. Oh, I don't know. That's a really hard choice. The black. I don't know the Black Cat.
What's that one over your left shoulder? I forgot what it is.
That's a Cub.
Right.
Cub 30. I don't think you'll go wrong with either. I mean, I would say, you see the Little Sisters. Oh, I don't know. I don't know the Black Cat. I know the Cub. If you just said it, would I get a Cub or a Little Sister? I'd say get a Cub. But I really like the Dirty Shirley. So get the Friedman. Have some fun with that. The only thing I would say about the Friedman is no reverb, but the Friedman's got a really, really, really good effects loop.
Effects loop, yeah.
Really good effects loop. Gary says, are you guys familiar with Chris Buck? Never heard. Yes, of course. He's absolutely amazing. He's probably, I think Chris Buck he's one of those players, and it's rare, and it's.
I never liked him in REM.
Very good. He's one of those players you instantly know who it is. I think he's absolutely fantastic. I think he's one of the best guitar players I think I've ever heard. I think he's absolutely amazing.
Wow. There was tickets going, weren't they? And they sold out for his.
That's tonight. Yeah. I had a chance of going. So to Mike wasn't going. He said, "Did I want the ticket?" But I couldn't.
I would have liked to go to that, but yeah, likewise, we're here, and I've got a million things to be doing this week. I'm out, technically speaking, out 2 nights a week. I haven't eaten today yet. I had some breakfast, but anyway, not enough about my woes. Great player. Yeah. Great player. At this point, we should go.
Z Peps, thank you very much. And he says, "Hello, Paul and James. As you know, Christmas is coming, and I'm getting myself a new guitar. Do you think the Squier CV70's thin line is worth?" Yeah. I think you'll have a lovely time. I've changed my mind about all that sort of the cheaper end guitars, and I think just get it set up. I think that is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And buy the guitar. I tell you what, I don't know where you're based, Peps, but as you're Euros, you're obviously not in the UK. But just go to a dealer that does a good setup and get it set up. And
definitely worth it. And it's worth paying money for that setup as well. Most will set it up if you're spending money with them, but if they offer it as a service in the shop you go to, and you should take them up on it.
I think have a look around, try and find a shop that actually offers it with the guitar for free.
Yeah. Defo. Boom.
Keith says Plymouth colonists.
Yes, colonists.
Shared an autumn harvest feast that is acknowledged today as one of their first Thanksgiving celebrations. Well, there we go. Should be noted that the Wednesday eve of Thanksgiving is the heaviest evening of drinking in the States, likely due to having to deal with family. Yes, that's like Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Rick says, "Hey Paul, literally waiting for a twang banger to be delivered for my Strat. Nice one. All your fault. And my B-Day, by the way. Whoop. Nice one, Rick. Yeah. I've been literally I haven't put down that Strat with the twang banger. I'm really pleased with it.
Nice.
almost like I love the twang banger, and I almost, even though the lollies are really good, they are really good. I almost miss the other pickups, the neck and the bridge from the original set. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. It's all good. Twang banger staying.
Right. Wow. Cool.
And I would like to say as well.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little bit peed off when I did that video. Actually, let me go and get the thing because
I
mentioned it, and I mentioned it in the video
Yeah.
that the Monty's guitars sent me I bought a wiring harness from it, and it
Yeah.
basically it was some of the wires weren't attached properly.
All right.
So anyway, I took it down to Guitar, and they sorted it out for me and they fixed it.
Right.
And Monty's have sent me another one.
Oh, that's good.
As a sorry, I have another one.
Cool.
So, at some point, I need to find a guitar that needs a really nice wiring. It's really nice.
Is it a Strat style?
Yeah, Strat.
Right.
Yeah, but really nice.
Cool.
So I need to do that at some point.
Cool.
I need another Strat. What can I do there? Chaps, I realise there's no such thing as the best guitar player in the world, but Lukather is the best guitar player in the world. Or more realistically, my favourite guitar player. He's a monster. He's
top 5 for me, and it's a pretty elite top 5.
I mean, the thing about Lukather for me was one of those. I personally think Lukather is one of the best guitar players.
I totally agree. He's top 5, and it's a pretty impressively short list.
Yeah, he's one of those genius guitar players. Yeah, you wish, I mean, just like, how can anyone improvise a solo at the end of Rosanna that's that good? How can you? That's another level of guitar playing, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's just melodic and beautiful and interesting, and he's got fingers and speed when he needs it. But the lines he puts together are just beautiful and
yeah.
Fanboy moment. I don't care. Boom.
Miss McQuillan from Highland Plectrum Company. If anyone wants a lovely metal guitar pick made out of a coin, go and see David's reverb shop, the Highland Plectrum Company, and go and buy some amazing plectrums from him. He says, after your bit on Chapman guitars last week, I bought myself an ML3 Pro, traditional in Argent silver. A lot of guitars for money. Nice one. That's great. Do you know, I'm trying to think if I've ever played a Chapman.
I think I have once on a demo, as in I was doing an Avid job and someone passed me a guitar and said, play this. And that's why.
Nice one, David. Oh, yeah, let us know what what you think of it.
A lot of guitar for the monkey. Nice.
Douglas White says, would it be possible to get a final quality recordings at the Boss Katana? Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I really think it doesn't matter anymore. It really doesn't matter. And you're always going to get people, the snobbery factor. And I'm part of that as well, where you're always going to pick up an expensive amp or expensive modeler or expensive guitars and all that sort of stuff. And realistically, if you realistically you can use a Katana for recordings and you'd get just as good results.
Totally.
Whether it would feel the same, that's the difference. I think sometimes when you plug into a high quality amp and you want, there is a difference. There is a difference, but there's my Matches over there is what, a £4,000 amplifier.
Yeah.
It's 10% better than a Katana, 5% better than a Katana. In effect,
that's the scary thing.
I can tell that I'm playing through it, but recording wise, I think we should do something like that once. We should just say, that might be a good video. We'll have a think about that.
Yeah, see how we can make that work.
Glenn LaForce says, good evening, gents. I love the video on the Origin MEQ pedal. Sounded amazing. Was it through the match list? It was, Glenn. Yeah. Plug straight into the match list.
Sounded awesome.
Yes.
I enjoyed playing that pedal. I quite like that pedal.
Yeah, it's a nice pedal, that. David Olsen says, apologies, was quoting the movie Snatch.
Yes.
No, don't apologize. Honestly, don't apologize. I use it. It's just that I would say that word. I wouldn't say it over the internet. But
that is a hilariously funny film.
It is a funny, it's funny. No, don't. I wasn't offended. James wasn't offended. And
I'm inoffendable or inoffensive. I'm not sure which.
Safety says, is there any edge of breakup biological compression in our ears? Is there any edge of breakup biological compression in our ears? Or is it monitors? I've tracked a guitar part quite loud and have had much more feel when the UAD Apollo master volume is cranked.
That is called the Fletcher-Munson curves, the equal loudness curves, which is why we think loud sounds are better than quiet ones. That is the human condition. That's not you, Sophie. That's all of us.
Yeah. So basically, the Fletcher-Munson curve is a volume. The louder the volume, the more frequencies that we find appealing or bright. Is it brighter?
They're called the equal. If you Google equal loudness curves, you'll see a diagram of the Fletcher-Munson curves, and it's basically the way the human hearing works. We are more sensitive to mid frequencies. Therefore, the louder it goes, the more appealing it is to our ears.
And
to a point,
it is funny. Like I'm sure James has been as well. I've been in so many studios where you're tracking and the producer just goes turns it up, just wants to keep turning it up. That for me is like, no, just stop doing that, because one thing, if you keep turning it up, basically your ears become
ear fatigue is just
it's so quick. Your ear fatigue comes in so quick, and then literally your day's gone. You cannot get over that for the day, and prolonged usage of that damages your hearing. So
the thing for me, having big speakers in a room does not mean turn them up. It means you have headroom.
Yeah.
And it means the quieter it is, the better the quality is, generally speaking.
But no one how many studios you've been in with what are the big duck sockets?
Oh, Westlakes.
Are they West?
Augsburgers?
I think it's more the Westlake, the older ones.
Yeah.
Those things sound bloody horrible. Yeah. It looks like a duck's face, sounds like a duck.
Yeah. You had to crank them to get any kind of top end out of those wooden duck bills.
Yeah.
I love these tannoys. They do need a little bit more cranking, and they like a bigger room. They didn't sound good in the living room. They sound cracking in here.
Oh, great.
Like properly, and then they're unprocessed, so they're processed internally, but there's no room speaker correction going on. Mm-hmm. It just sounds epically good.
Nice.
Which is nice.
Flashback said, just wanted to wish you both happy holidays, and you, Flashback. We're not actually having holidays.
No, I'm working as hard as I ever have.
Well, no. I think in England we don't. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
So we don't celebrate giving you back America.
Is it that? It's not about that, is it?
It's something. It's along those lines.
We're going to get in trouble. It's going to end up like loads of Americans going, "No, you've got it all wrong."
But that's nothing new.
Okay. Yeah. Thomas says, will the new single coil patches work with split coils, or will they need tweak? No, they will work. They will work. Just, every guitar is different. It's, just because I played the patches on a Strat or a Tele or something, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be exactly right for your guitar and for your ears and stuff. So you might need to play with the EQ a little bit and stuff.
Yeah.
Michael says, I'm going to make James jealous with this. I'm going to be tracking bass through a full accompaniment of Hazel Rig tube gear. New album in progress. What's Hazel Rig?
I have no idea.
Well, they are.
I'm more curious than I am jealous.
I haven't heard Hazelrig.
No,
We'll check that out.
we will definitely.
Thanks, Michael. John says, why does the Boss pedal board have 3 outputs? Why would you need the extra one? What pedal board are we talking about?
The one, your plastic one on the floor.
Ah, I see. Right, no, so it's got 1 input and 2 outputs. So for wet dry, sorry, or running a stereo rig or all that sort of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. King of Clone pedal is 93 quid on Fleabay with free shipping. Wow,
that sounds good.
is that is it like a Far Eastern knockoff thing?
I don't know.
What's it called again? What's it called again?
The King of Clone.
Let me have a quick butchers. Let me just stay there.
I'll carry on. David Bro says Friedman is the way to go. You won't be sorry. I think the Friedman's the way to go. Just don't do what Paul did to it and fry it every 2 minutes because valves are expensive.
Fry it every 2 minutes.
You fried your Friedman, didn't you, a couple of times? Or was it your Maz you fried?
Oh, I fried the Maz, yeah, the Dr. Z.
Right. Okay, take that back. Yeah, take all that back.
Yeah, a King of Tone. This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
same, just scalpers. So you can buy oh my god, you buy a King of Tone, like a proper one.
Mm-hmm.
This is what people do. People order them.
Mm-hmm.
They get them and then they put them on eBay so they're buying them for 250 quid, whatever they are, and selling them for 850 quid. What's the matter with people? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Silly. People are silly. Anywho, here we go.
Keith says, Crad813, Michael Nielsen has videos of the Friedman and the Bad Cats. Pretty good review. There we go. Nice one. Seb, Katana 100 or 200 for home use of pedals. Seems like the Katana is a better value. They don't do 200. Oh, I see.
Or IR 200.
I see. Home use of pedals. Seems like the Katana is a better value.
Definitely. I think.
For home, I think only for the fact that you can then sort of take it, you can then just plug straight into it and then take it to a different room if you want. I think if you're doing, I think the Katana. John McGuigan says, have either of you tried an Epiphany Les Paul Studio? Must be Epiphone.
Must be. That's Correction has done that. Yeah.
I think it's fantastic for the price. The P90s sound great for crunch tones and lead. Yeah, absolutely. Les Paul Studio. I mean, an Epiphone Les Paul Studio. I've never seen an Epiphone Les Paul Studio.
Try Epiphany, see what comes up. That might be a Correction, but it might not be.
No, it's Epiphone Les Paul Studio.
Yeah.
Let me have a look. Let's have a butcher's.
I don't have a P90 guitar still.
Don't you?
No.
The one that's here, the one that I can find here is let me just find a P90 version. Let me just give me 2 seconds. I cannot find any with P90s. All I can see are Epiphones with.
I think there was a release that came recently or an announcement from someone that they had the P90 version.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's a recent thing.
I cannot see. Let me just get Les Paul Studio P90 and then we'll share it.
Yeah.
Screen. Oh, no, quite nice. Let's have a look. Here we go. Let's share this. Let me share the screen with people's. Yeah. Not that one.
That's not it.
Here we go. So, well, that one looks nice. Look at that. That doesn't look like that. Looks like a Les Paul. No, classic.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Isn't it? Wow. Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah,
What makes it the studio though? Because it's got binding on it.
binding and don't
Well,
know.
yeah. The studios don't have binding.
No, because my Les Paul Studio does not have binding. But hey, maybe that's Gibson doing the Gibson thing again.
So what makes it? Why have they called it a studio then? Interesting.
No idea.
Okay, come back.
Here we go. Boom.
Pep says, I'm in Portugal. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, of course. I get gear from Towman and asked them to set it up. I think they provide the service. Oh, nice one, Peps. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, forgot you were in Portugal, of course.
Because it's not, I mean, there is a certain amount of, it's the way you like it. But, you know, setups are either done right or they're not.
Yeah.
Generally.
Peps, I've got a Squier Telecaster Deluxe 70 CV. It's oftentimes my favorite guitar. Fun to play, feels and sounds good. Just got a little setup before I took it home. Nice one.
Yeah. Amen. They're chatting, which is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is my birthday, Paul. Nice one, Rick. Happy birthday to Rick.
Michael sent us a link to Hazel Rig Industries, which I might have to have a look at.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. I can't copy it. That's annoying. I shall. Yeah.
Lightwing received 3 sets of new tone strings you recommended yesterday here in Florida. Nice one. Put a set of 9s, nickel plate steel, hexacore on a Les Paul and PRSS2, keeping a set in reserve for my Strat. Super nice one. Just let me just talk about strings for a second.
Yep.
I'm gonna put out some strings. So I got sent some strings.
Yeah.
A couple of different companies. Obviously, New Tone, fantastic strings, highly recommended. And Rotor Sound sent some strings as well. Thank you, Rotor Sound. So let me tell you something about. I'm looking forward to sort of trying out the Rotor Sound ones. If you steel strings, be really careful. So steel strings, especially on a what have you put it on? Nickel plated steel. Okay, so steel strings apparently wreck your frets. If you haven't got steel frets,
right,
your frets. If you constantly use steel strings, it will constantly wreck your frets. So just be careful of steel strings. I don't know if the nickel coated ones are as bad, but the steel strings are really hard and they will knacker your frets. So just be aware of that. Hollywood Actress, I'm finally here. Hope you guys are both well. I will watch back later to see the parts of James's new studio. Cheers, Hollywood. Yep, all good.
JD, sorry, I don't think you're real. I'm going to bypass you.
What's JD? What happened? DJ play nice. Wee.
I don't think that's real, but hey.
Lefty Mike, what player can bring tears to your eyes? Mine are Gilmore, Page, Lukather, and Todd Sharp. I don't know Todd. If you don't know Todd, you should look him up. He also makes amps. Nice.
Oh, Gilmore, Lukather, Eric Johnson, Gary Moore.
I'd say Gary Moore's pretty good at that. Knopfler.
Yeah.
You can't listen to Brothers in Arms. That's such a great guitar tone in that. That is such a guitar tone.
The one of those tracks that I really like are that's not on Brothers in Arms. It's on Money for Nothing, which is the longer studio version of some of the tracks that are on Brothers in Arms. Telegraph Road is on.
Telegraph Road. No. Money for Nothing's best of album. That's why I think.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah. Okay. Telegraph Road was on previous album.
Okay. Well, Telegraph Road is one of those songs just because of the way his voice is, and then when that guitar kicks in, that it's just like, whoa, where did that come from?
Honestly, such a great guitar player. Such an underrated guitar player as well. Like people don't talk about him as much as he deserves.
No, it's very bizarre, but amazing player. Yeah, I think but that's not a bad collection there, Lefty Mike. I would go with two of your four. Don't know Todd Sharp, I have to admit. So another one I'll be checking out later.
Yeah, we'll look him up. Lightwing says the Cat Mach 2 head is on the way. The Cat Mark II head is the way to go. Portable 5-inch practice speaker and very reasonable price. Plug into the cabinet of your choice. There we go.
Indeed.
Andrew Windsor says, hi, chaps. Thanks for all the great content. Lots of buzz around the MXR Duke at the moment. Any thoughts from you guys? Yeah, I heard it. And I heard it compared to the King of Tone.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think it sounded like a King of Tone.
Oh, okay.
It sounded great. I thought it sounded great, but it didn't sound like the King of Tone. So,
Right.
yeah, really interesting. I really want to get one. MXR is still Dunlop, isn't it? It's a Dunlop company. Is it not a Dunlop company?
It might be a Dunlop company, but they're not distributed by Dunlop.
Are they not?
No.
Oh, is it your mate there? Oh.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hollywood actress. Yes, I've been thinking there is a Katana head in its own to par with the TH10. Nice.
Mm.
Nice. Lee. Here he is. He's back. He said, just dropped in to say, sorry, I can't chat and stuff tonight next week. There we go. See you next week, mate. Super Parve, what do you think of the Epiphone Joe Bonamassa 335?
It's going to be great. The new 335s, the Epiphone 335s, are every bit as good as the one I've got on the wall, if not better. Just because it's got JB's name over it, it's going to be a great guitar. Why would it not be?
Yeah, well, yeah. I
think his name on it is the misnomer. I don't think his name needs to be on it to sell it.
I think that's the thing about, like, Joe Bonamassa is a brand. It's he's like one of the best guitar players ever,
and yet nobody's listed him in their top 5.
That's true. Yeah, Joe Bonamassa. Well, he's a fantastic guitar player. He's amazing. Yeah.
But he is. This is going to sound very harsh. He is a one-trick pony.
Oh,
it's an amazing trick, but if you put Joe Bonamassa on your list, you might as well have the real thing and have Eric Johnson.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. No, Joe Bonamassa is just amazing. He's got tone, he's got feel, he's got everything.
Absolutely, that is not in doubt. But why have the clone? Why not have the real thing? Harsh.
It's a bit harsh. Anyway, let's get back to the episode of Joe Bonamassa. The only thing about Joe Bonamassa for me, and this is not he's absolutely amazing, and he's a very shrewd businessman. I think he's got great management, and they deal with all this sort of stuff. For me, having an Epiphone Joe Bonamassa 335, the name doesn't need to be on there.
No,
it's just a way of Joe Bonamassa making some more money,
making a cut.
Yeah. It doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't need to be on there. It's an Epiphone 335.
It's Gibson trying to add value to a product that's not selling, and unfortunately, that's probably what it is.
And it's Joe Bonamassa getting a cut of the, putting his name to a brand. It's like it's like Michael Jordan, Nike shoes, whatever. It's the same.
But I think the difference is, but Air Jordans are not the cheap version of Nike.
No.
Whereas Epiphone is the less expensive version of.
Hey, let's say this. If there's us moaning about Joe Bonamassa. If we had the opportunity to do what Joe Bonamassa has done by putting your name on a guitar, it's just jealousy, isn't it? It's just like he can.
It's. I think as well, because you and I see it so often.
Yeah.
We see. And it's probably not even him. It's probably his marketing team and his people that he just goes, yeah, do what you need to do. If it is him, then great. But I don't think it is. I don't think he wants to play guitar and be a great guitar player and write songs.
It's not that though, is it? It's not that. It's because he is such a prolific guitar collector of vintage high-end guitars.
Yeah.
That it's almost a bit laughable that the Epiphone released a 335 because he's not going to play that Epiphone 335.
Never in a million years.
I think that's the thing that is slightly annoying. It's not like you know, like you've got, you know, some great Epiphones, like the Lee Marlier, the guy from what's that Sheffield band? Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah.
You know, he plays those Epiphones. He plays them live, and there are, you know, there are people that play their signature Epiphones, and that's fantastic because they're really into them. But for someone who is, you know, who owns millions and millions of pounds worth of guitars, multiple millions of guitars, it's a bit farcical that he brings out an Epiphone. Hey, but if I had the chance to do it, I'd do it.
Of course.
Anyway,
yeah, sorry.
you're welcome to show anytime.
Yes, he's welcome. He's welcome to join us at any point.
So, Parve, do you think it's good for the price? What are we talking about here? Is this the
335? Yeah, it was a great guitar.
Okay, let's have a look. No, let's do this. Like Epiphone Joe. Okay, let's deal with this. Let me, James, we're going to share screen.
Yarp.
Okay, let's do this. Right, let's have a look. Let's see what it costs.
Mm-hmm.
Butchers. Right, let's have a look at it first of all. Okay.
Surely that's the real one. No, it's not, is it?
It's not. No, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Oh man, why can I not? Hey, look, I don't care. Just go away. There we go. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. So it's $1,300.
Yeah. Which makes it 1,300 quid. Thereabouts.
For an Epiphone. Right. Okay.
Is that a better guitar than buying just a normal Epiphone 335 like your buddy got?
I don't get it. Why would you do that when it doesn't make sense? It doesn't make sense to me. Why would you, why would you spend double on a guitar, on a Joe Bonamassa one when you could just go and get a normal 335 for half the price? I mean, it is different. You've got the inlays.
Yeah.
You got the
inlays in a whammy bar does not $500 make, in my opinion.
I don't think. I mean, personally, look, I think what's going to happen. I think if you want to, hold on, can you do that, or do you want me to do it?
Hang on, I'll let you do it. Yes, you.
I think if you want a guitar that will probably make a bit of money, then yes. Do I think it'd be any better than any other Epiphone 335?
No. At this point,
Mr. Groom, thank you for your generosity.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, Chris.
Where were we there? Boom. All right, there we go.
Pet says, I was dissuaded from buying a Freeman in favour of Bad Cat some time ago, so now I'm pondering whether I made the right decision. You definitely made the right decision because you bought a Cub. You bought a Cub 15.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely made the right decision because you were talking about a runt. I think the little sister wasn't out at the time.
Right.
And even so, Pet, I would still say all day long that your Cub was a really good buy because they were reducing them, weren't they, at the time?
Yes.
You won't lose money if you wanted to sell that. You wouldn't lose money on that.
Definitely not.
That's such a great amp. I'd love the 15. I think the 15 is more useful than the 30. General Moscado Radio says, hello from the Philippines. May I ask some advice on the Boss Katana 100? Yes, you may. Absolutely. Just bought Katana 100. God, I saw the Katana people out today. Yeah. Gabe 65. Thank you for the help with it. Anytime. Pet says the problem with YouTube is that each new video on new gear makes you feel like you've been kicked in the teeth and makes you question. Yeah, it does. I know. Yes, I know what you mean. Honestly, mate, your cub, because you bought the proper cub, you didn't buy the Player Series one. That is an amp that will. That's just a classic amp.
Yeah.
I really, if I was you, I'd be well chuffed that I managed to get one for that price.
Yeah.
Don't be disappointed with that. I think you made the wrong decision, because I really don't think you have.
No, definitely not.
Jacob says, I use a Rotosound stainless steel strings on my 2000 Epiphone Dot. Love the brightness they added, but was concerned about my poor frets. Yeah. I think it's funny actually, because steel frets definitely sound different to normal frets. Yeah. Oh, nice one. Yeah. It's but you know, so a refret job, it is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a refret is probably between £200 and £300 now.
Ouch.
Yeah. Henry Moscato Radio says, I've been trying to tweak the brown setting of my Katana 100, boosted it with a Metal Zone. Bloody hell. Good, you're going for it. So the brown sound boosting with a Metal Zone. But I'm not able to clean it thoroughly.
You won't. That's a lot of gain.
Way too much gain. Yeah, no, the browns, look, it's, well, you're talking about the most distorted amp inside the Katana, boosted with the most distorted pedal. Yeah, I'd depends what you want to do. I mean, maybe you're really into that sort of ultra gain thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the brown setting in the Katana is so much gain in it. Don't know why you'd need any more gain than that. Don't boost with a Metal Zone. That's for
Anyway, we should do the news.
Should we do that?
We should do that.
I feel bad about Mr. Bonamassa now.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. I don't feel that bad.
Because he didn't make it into anyone's top 100, into anyone's top 5.
Oh no, he's amazing.
He is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but why have a burger when you can have steak?
No, I think he's steak. I think he's on the show now, is he? Right. Okay, go on then. Off you go.
What? You need to share the screen, mate.
I've got to share it again.
Yes.
Shaw. Okay.
There we go. Oh, look, it's a Harley Benson moment of the week. Yeah.
Hey, did you see your video? Did you see the Origin Effects video?
Yeah.
You haven't commented on what I did to your face.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, good. You like that?
I love the fact. And I'm going to call you out on this. I left a couple of frames of black for you to put some playing in, and you left the 2 frames of black in.
Oh, was that what that was for? I didn't realise that.
I was watching it and went, what's he doing?
No. I put the playing in later on. I put the extra bit in later on.
Anyway.
Okay, so Harley Benton.
Yep.
Black Friday deals. Basically, they're knocking 13% off. So you can get them for $289 as opposed to $333.
That middle one I would get. The double telly looks very much like, other than the fact it's the wrong color, looks very much like the Larry Basilio.
It does, doesn't it? That's exactly what they're going for with that.
I love that guitar. The more I watch her play as well, I go, you're just awesome.
Yeah, she's really good.
I wish I'd caught her on the tour when she was in the UK, but I didn't for whatever reasons.
Gosh, yeah. So there's some Benton bargains.
They are doing an amazing. I watching what's his face. I shouldn't call him what's his face because it's very insulting. I forgot the German chap who does a lot of videos for them.
Paul Henning Paul.
Henning Paul. Yeah, sorry. I was watching his video on the Cyber Weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and they've got a lot of good stuff going on, a lot of discounts and deals and things. So if you are after something not too specific, as in the sort of stuff that is generically good, or you're after a Harley Benton, check them out at the moment.
Okay, isn't that fun? You can watch a video like this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, hold on. Look, watch this. Hold on.
Yep.
Right, watch this. Watch this. You know exactly what song is being played there, don't you?
Yep.
It's just like, look, and there's a drum groove. Look, you know what that is, don't you?
Yep.
Unbelievable. Okay, just by watching what they're doing, you can
Yep.
tell. Gibson launches a digital amp, an app that uses your phone mic to detect and amplify your guitar signal. No cables required.
Is it April?
I mean, hold on, we haven't heard it yet. But how does that work?
The latency using a phone.
No. They've got the latency down now. No. I don't think it's the latency. It's just, it's gonna. I can't see what. I don't know what's going on. We haven't tried it. So
No.
let's look until we tried it. Is it free?
It's Gibson, of course not.
I don't think it'll be free.
Hang on, let's have a quick look while we're here.
Yeah, do it. You have to look. Let me
I'll
know.
have a look. Gibson app. Let's have a quick look.
It's called Gibson Digital Amp.
Gibson.
It does look like a joke, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It is like you could watch these little videos down here and know exactly what songs they're playing without even hearing it.
Gibson Digital Amp is not a thing. I'm just going to put Gibson in and see what we get.
Okay, let's do it this way. This is painful. Let's do this.
What's the logo look like?
It looks like I don't know.
If I just put Digital Amp.
Let's not worry about it.
Well, I'm curious. Digital Amp. Fender, Rig Manager, no Gibson.
Okay.
It's vaporware. It's vaporware.
Okay, let's move on. So Dave Mustaine confirms future signature Gibson Explorer, 24 fret Les Paul models. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Honestly, I don't know what's going on.
Has anyone any straws I can clutch at?
I like the idea of the Explorer. I really don't like his.
I love an Explorer. You know I want an Explorer. I don't like his fret markers.
No, I don't like the fret markers.
I want an Explorer, but I want a white one because Gary Moore had a white one.
See, I like that, and I like the look of the Les Paul. I like the uncovered pickups and stuff. That'd be so much better if it had I'd like the custom inlays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like that. Okay. Jim Dunlop announced a glow-in-the-dark Jerry Cantrell Firefly Crybaby wah pedal. I don't know.
What do they call it? A slow news week?
It is a bit, isn't it? Jesus.
We haven't, of course, mentioned the passing, have we, today?
What's that? Who passed? Who passed today?
You're not here?
No.
The godfather of punk guitar.
Who?
Whose name I have completely forgotten. Hang on.
Godfather of punk guitar. Okay, we're going back.
I've forgotten his name. I've totally forgotten his name.
This is not going well, is it?
It's not, is it really?
Okay, let's not worry about it.
Keep going. Hang on.
As sad as is, let's find out our information.
I've forgotten his name.
Okay, so Josh Smith teases new look, freshly spec version of his Ibanez Flat V1 signature guitars. cream-coloured P90 equipped versions of the Blues Virtuoso's signature 6-string is on the way.
Wilco Johnson.
I know the name. I don't know much about Wilco Johnson. I know the name.
Wilco Johnson is like one of the premier punk guitar players from the era.
Okay.
Passed away, very sadly.
That is sad.
Yes. Anyway.
Yeah. So new Josh Smith tellies. Now these haven't sold that well as far as I know because they're spec'd out to his playing.
Right.
Apparently they are really hard to play, but someone that's as amazing as him can sort of play them because they're to his spec, but they're quite difficult apparently.
Right. Okay.
But I mean, he's like one of those guitar players. You can't.
I mean, he takes a guitar and literally wrings its neck. I mean, he's got a vice-like grip. He must have to play the guitar set up as it is.
Yeah, he's so good. He's such a great guitar player, isn't he?
Mm.
There are so many just like amazing guitar players at the moment.
And that's one thing the internet has done a really good job of. It's giving us visibility on the Nashville session guys, the Greg Cox of the world, people like that, who you wouldn't have heard of him because he'd been locked in a session in Nashville for 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
But thanks to the internet, we've now discovered these people. There are, there are loads of them that are just mind-blowingly good.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on then.
It's another Harley Benton moment of the week. Just
so
thought I'd a little bit there.
I'm guessing that's a baritone.
I love that.
Yeah, I thought you would.
That's really nice.
£140.
Do you remember the days when we worked in music shops? £140 was the cheapest, normally the cheapest, most unplayable guitar, like an Encore or something like that.
Yeah.
The most cheapest, god awful sounding, unplayable guitar.
Yeah.
I bet that isn't that.
That's just crazy, isn't it?
Mm.
Great. Really.
But that looks awesome. I like that. I'm not so sure about the V, but I like the Jag Jazzmaster type.
And I think the V, V is quite a. It's you've got to have some guts to go and buy a flying V, haven't you? So I think 199 quid, which is what the V is. I think that's almost that could get your V.
Your V kicks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Purple signature guitar pickups, digital amps, wireless pedals, and farts in a can.
No, I like that. I love that finish.
It's nice, isn't it? It's very 80s. It looks
very me, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it's pretty new. Yeah. It's like Valley Arts, isn't it? It's like an 80s Valley Arts.
Yeah. It looks like that. I remember the first time I saw Steve Lukather play.
Yeah.
On a video, and he's playing a Valley Arts, and I was like, "That's stunning."
Yeah. But that's when Valley Arts were really fashionable.
With EMGs.
Yeah, of course. What else? Yeah, it looks nice, doesn't it?
It does.
It's a bit too much for me, but it's a pretty looking guitar. Fender have just released J Mascis signature Jazzmaster pickups, which I thought was interesting.
That's nice.
Yeah. It's a Gibson app. Play both acoustic and electric amps. Yeah, we'll have to try that. I've got one of these coming. These should arrive tomorrow, which I'm going to do a video for Boss on.
Nice.
Yeah, it's basically a Bluetooth controller. Control,
stuff via Bluetooth.
Yeah, but, like a guitar amp sim plugin.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, quite excited about doing that. Be fun. Origin Effects MEQ driver, which we did the review of.
We did.
Release of really, really, really impressive. Yeah, notice our video is not listed there.
I was about to say, notice our video is conspicuous by its absence.
Yeah, look at that. Mesa Boogie have just released the Badlander 25 head and combo.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, nice.
A boogie that might one day head to this studio.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't buy one.
I don't think I need a boogie, to be honest. I've got enough amp flavors now.
Well, I just think, boogies are so cheap secondhand. You might as well just go buy a secondhand boogie, and you can get so much boogie for your money at the moment.
You certainly can. I mean, there was a triple rectifier on.
Don't get a triple.
eBay.
Bloody hell! A triple rectifier, 150 watt.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, you'll give yourself a hernia lifting the thing.
I mean, I wouldn't. God, triple.
The single triple through that 4x12 would sound amazing.
I like the single rectifier, 50 watt one. Nice. Anyway, it's me done.
Awesome. Should we get back into it?
Yeah.
Boom. Go.
David says, have you guys tried the Origin Effects Halcyon? The JD Simo did a review. And I can't tell the pedal is great or if JD is just that good. I don't know JD Simo.
Me neither.
I'll check that out. I'll check out JD Simo as well. And Henry Moscato Radio says, and should I upgrade the 12-inch speaker for Celestion 30? Honestly, I wouldn't. Just, you don't, it's going to cost you a lot of money to upgrade to a Celestion 30. And the Katana speaker is really good. It's like a tiny difference.
I put creambacks in mine, and I must admit I liked the difference.
Right.
But I thought the Katana speakers are quite brittle. They're quite harsh, I think. But that's just me doing it. I did it because I could rather than because I should.
Yeah. Ned says, I can't remember when a guitarist brought tears to my eyes. Seeing Rush in 2012 was emotional. It's usually songs lately. It's been some songs from Frozen movies. Yeah. Amazing compositions and arrangements. No, but it's true though.
It is. I mean,
like when I remember my wife wanted to watch The Greatest Showman. And I was like, I don't like musical theatre. And then I watched it and listened to the songs, and it was unbelievable.
The thing is with Frozen, what they've done, Frozen 2 has a song in it sung by Christoph. And I listened to it, and within about a minute, I went, this is You're the Inspiration by Chicago. It absolutely is. It's a Chicago ripoff to the point when I actually posted on Facebook and said, does anyone else hear this? I can't remember, it's called Lost in the Woods. It's called, is the song. And it's basically Chicago. And I said, I posted on Facebook, does anyone else think that Lost in the Woods from Frozen 2 sounds like Chicago? And Steve Jenowick's daughter commented and said, I think that's what Dad said when he recorded it. Like totally and utterly ripped off, but still good songwriting from Mr. Satira and friends.
Lightwing says Pete Townsend is in a league of his own, both acoustic and electric. I'm not a massive Who fan.
I'm not a huge Who fan. I'm not a huge Led Zepp fan either. I know that's like fighting talk in some countries, but
John says, had a chance to go drinking. Wow, to go drink with Steve Lukather one. How good would that be? He was playing in Newcastle. He drank like a fish. He played a great gig. If I drank that much, I wouldn't be able to find my guitar. He played, so he still did a gig after. I can't drink and play at the same time. There's something with Paul's audio. It keeps cutting him off. That's probably James. Sorry, Raphael. John says, sorry guys, I'm an Epiphone Les Paul special.
Not studio.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Fantastic. David Olsen says, Bonamassa is his own thing, but Bonamassa don't play 335s. He's a Les Paul man. Yeah, I have seen him play.
I've seen him play a 335 as well.
Yeah. But yes, I play that and he's got his Telecaster.
Yeah.
plays all the time. John says, saw Joe Bonamassa at the Sage in Gateshead. The sound was awful. One of the worst gigs I've ever been to, but I do love his playing. He's so good. He's one of those guitar players. I know that James says that, you know, it's a Eric Johnson ripoff. He's not. He's obviously got influence from Eric Johnson.
Yes.
So it's those 5-note patterns and
5-note patterns, and that's the Eric Johnson thing, isn't it?
I love that. I love that. David says, John McGuigan, kudos. I'd have loved to have been drinking with you and Luke. Probably wouldn't remember it though. That would be a good fun evening, wouldn't it?
Oh God, messy.
I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to have an evening with Steve Luke there. I have an Epi Les Paul ES Semi Hollow killer guitar, £500 off Reverb and Mint. Nice.
Yeah, there's some good stuff out there.
Paul McKinnon says, "Good evening, fellow viewers. Let's all click the like button. Yes, please. Cheers.
Please do.
Yeah, click the old like button. It really does help us, guys." And James Ivy, Mr. Drew said recently his favourite guitarist is Lukather. Who's your favourite drummer and why?
Oh
God, just get on with it. Get on with it, man. Come on, it's a guitar show.
It's gotta be for all round, just playing the right thing at the right time. It's got to be Vinny Colaiuta.
There we go. Comes with a case.
Vinny does he? Awesome.
The old Monkster one says, "Hi guys, you raved about the GX100. Do you think it holds up to the Kemper?" Yeah, I mean it's a different thing. So the Kemper's a modeler. The Kemper will play whatever you feed into it. The GX100 doesn't do that.
No.
I think the effects are way better in the GX100 than the Kemper. Do I think the amp modeling is as good as the Kemper? It really depends on what you profile. I thought the Kemper does a really good job of capturing amps.
Does the aspects have capture in it?
No. It doesn't. I know. I was surprised. I would have thought that they would have come out with something.
That'll be version 4, won't it?
I think so. I think it's got to be. But then that's not their thing. Their thing is like a digital creation, a model as opposed to a capture.
Yeah.
What about Tribes? Hello, mate. He says one thing to watch with Epiphones is the bridge pickup is in a slightly different place than the Gibsons. Oh, that's interesting. Except the Les Paul Studio, it has the same position as Epiphones. I didn't know that. Every day's a school day.
Yeah.
Henry Mascado Radio says, and for guitar upgrades, what should I prioritize first? Pickups or the circuits like the tone and volume pots? That's a really good question.
I would say it's a balance thing. The first thing I would change on most cheap guitars is the tuners. Because 9 times out of 10, if they're cheap, you're probably going to have tuning issues.
Yeah,
and then probably the nut, because the nut is going to be a cheap piece of plastic on a cheap guitar. And again, that's not going to help your tuning issues either. Then it's probably pickups, and then it's probably when people say, "Oh, I use a 500k pot, not a 250." I couldn't give a hoot about that.
Yeah, I think I'd rather change pickups than the actual than get a wiring harness. Although when I got my
when you're doing it, you're ripping the if you're doing like a 335 where you're ripping the guts out, you might as well change them all at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. There's a wiring harness in my Esquire, and when I got that and I played it, it was there was something special about it, and I don't know if it had that before the wiring harness went in, or it just sounds like that anyway. So I don't know. I think I'd do pickups, and then if it's a cheap guitar, do the tone and the volume pots and that sort of stuff. But get a wiring harness.
Mm-hmm.
What about Tribes? Basically, the bridge pickup is further away from the bridge, so they sound different. Not everyone notices. Nice. There we go. And has Gibson, not Epiphone pickups. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, so if you're the sort of person who wants to change pickups, you don't need to spend a great deal of money to get good pickups. Those Iron Gears, for example, are inexpensive and sound great. Yeah. You can also spend a lot of money on great sounding pickups. The Kinmans we've used have always sounded fantastic. and the solder. No more. I was trying to the phraseology he uses.
It's sort of a solderless harness thing.
The solderless harness is a great thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
The no more burnt fingers harness.
So Peps, what have you been listening by these days? I've been around Zappa, the best, and some Bonamassa. That guy writes great tunes beside the playing. I'm not a massive Zappa fan. You like Zappa, don't you?
I do like some Zappa. I like Zappa with Vinny on drums for a start.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
I've been because I've been listening to stuff that I really like sonically, because of listening to nice speakers and wanting to hear nice things and not. I've been listening. There's an Apple Music playlist called Yacht Rock,
right,
which is so that kind of jazz fusiony type stuff, and I had that on while I was soldering and making up cables, and I was like, I love this stuff. I really do. I could play in any one of these bands and just sit there and groove all night. It'd be great.
Yeah. Do you know what I've been listening to recently, and only because it's just come out. And we were talking about him earlier. Was Cardinal Black, which is Chris Buck's band.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. And
I've been listening to Corey Wong's band. Oh my God, are they good?
Which one?
I want to say the Wong Notes, but they're not called that, are they? Or are they?
Yeah, it's Corey Wong and the Wong Notes.
I'm listening to them. Amazing.
Go and have a listen to. Go and listen to the Corey Wong, with his original band in. What's the venue? Madison Square Garden.
Oh, it's an incredible gig.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and they're tighter than a gnat. Tight bits.
So good. So good. This place is turning into a cat house. It is a bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh God! Do you know? Instantly when I saw that, and I read it wrong, I thought it said Peter Andre.
You said, I thought Peter Andre.
Peter Arends left Boutique Amps in August for Bad Cat. New CEO. There'll be some cool stuff coming there. Peter also designed the MP amp switcher. Oh, nice. That's interesting. Brent Chadwick. It's iOS only.
I was looking on iOS.
Yeah.
So yeah, it didn't show up.
Will you do the next question for me? Do the next question.
Dave Olson, read the Gibson Digital. Don't knock it till you've tried it. Comment. I was of the same opinion until that fateful trip to Bangkok. Ouch. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll let Mr. Drew try that one, because I think my cynicism towards that American brand might tar my opinions of them.
Of what?
I think my current thoughts about that particular American guitar brand might color my opinion of the app.
Okay.
This one says UA have a good deal on buy any 3 plugins and get 3 free for $299, 50 quid each. Also, SSL are doing a band bundle: drum strip, vocal strip, guitar strip, all 3 45 quid. Great show as ever, fellas. Thank you. The SSL plugins I really like.
Mm-hmm.
They're really usable. They're very quick to dial in and just get great noises. Yeah, any 6 plugins for $299 for UA, that's a winner.
That is good, isn't it? So buy any 3 plugins, get 3 free. That's great.
Yeah, that's great for UA. And normally UA aren't telling you which ones you have to get. They'll just open the shop. So nice. You could get 6 quite heavy lifting plugins there.
Nice. Pet says, have either of you come across any singers with stupid range ability but are unsure where best their voices resonate at? As singers, we're always striving to be in that high register. I think that to me screams insecurity and lack of experience. when a singer does something like that, when if you get someone that wants to just keep singing as high as possible, it's almost like a guitar player wanting to play as fast as possible,
or up here all the time and noodling around the.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever dealt. I don't think I've ever.
The one that always springs to mind is Mariah Carey.
But she can
I've
do
not worked with her, and she can do it.
She can do it, but there's always, I guess.
I've worked with a guy who can do whistle tone.
A guy that can do whistle tone.
Yeah. But he doesn't use it. He's not one of these people who uses it every song. He's got a great kind of mid-range.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got very, very broad sounding. He could do the whole kind of really low and project, but he can also be a good high tenor. Really good voice. And he can do whistle tone. He has got a really, really good voice. But, you know, like a guy who sings a lot of kind of country-esque stuff, it's properly mid-range and growly. It's great.
Yeah. But let's get back to Pets.
I think people try and sit in the higher register because that's where you can project easier.
You think so? You don't think it's a case of I'm going to show off. I'm going to show you how high I can sing.
I've never had that.
No, I'm not sure I've ever had. I mean, I've seen it on things like, X Factor, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't count. To me, that doesn't count. That's not the music industry. That's the entertainment industry.
Very good.
I think
certain singers. No, I think all the singers that I've ever dealt with, especially in the studio, are at a stage where they know there has been a couple.
I've definitely worked with singers who I've had to change keys of songs for. Definitely.
Right.
I've definitely worked with singers who aren't ready to be in the studio. I think we've already all done that. I've had singers who suffer from that. They want to be Beyonce and can't do it as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, please just hit the note square. Don't up to it because that's horrible. I've had people who try and do the whole. So let your guitar player do that because you can't do it.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. That the sort of people that do that, I wouldn't even entertain. I wouldn't. But
these days you work with people you want to work with. I have had a quote unquote commercial studio where you have people come in, they pay you money, and you work with them.
Wow,
and it's horrible when you have to. I've said to artists before, am I producing this or am I engineering it? They said, what's the difference? I said, the amount I'm going to tell you you're rubbish. And she
constructive. That's going to get a good take out of someone, isn't it?
Well, no, but we'd already got past that. We were already past niceties.
Okay. You're well past it, weren't you?
Oh yeah. I mean, the general, the jivey patience factor had long gone by that point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think someone, going back to Pet's question, I think sing for the song.
Yeah.
Sing for the song. It's like play for the song. There's no one wants to hear someone singing. I want to hear a song and I want to hear someone sing it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear someone try and show off like how well they can sing or how high they can sing.
Because unless they are Beyonce, Mariah Carey, it's Celine Dion. It's a short list of people who can do that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Wilco, there we go.
Yeah, we got there in the end. My brain was.
Alan says, "Hi guys, while you're name checking great guitarists, how about Jeff Healey?" Yeah. Yes, he was so good. By the way, thanks for the cat patches. Anytime, Alan.
And Roadhouse, terrible film, great music.
Yeah. Pet says, my old man told me about the passing today of Wilco just before the Radio 2 Popmaster. That bloody arrow of time.
Yeah.
Did you know Gary Moore and BB were left-handed?
Did you know I am?
There you go.
Yeah. Not that I put myself in the category of those two legends just for being left-handed, but certainly not for my guitar playing.
Pet says Alan Rice, he had great tone in Roadhouse and still cut through the mix when Dalton, aka Swayze, was throwing down. Keith Axel says, if you want to hear a cool tune with Andy Timmons and Josh Smith, check out Johnny T on Timmons Electric. There we go. Josh Smith and Andy Timmons.
Yeah.
2 awesome guitar players.
Electric Truth recording. There we go.
Electric Truth. There we go. Les Caster says, looking for a more attainable approximation of the Lazy J J10LC. Any suggestions? Yeah. Well, you're looking for like a little tweed, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just have a look at some of the smaller Fender tweeds, or see, there's loads of boutique tweeds out there. I'd have a look at some of the more mass-produced Fender tweeds. It's like the little Princetons, that sort of stuff. Has the 10? Has that got 12? I think the 10's got a 12-inch speaker.
There are some amazing guitars and amps in the auction coming up on the 8th of December, which we'll look at next week.
Okay.
I've been through that list and gone, oh my God, if only I had some more money.
It always comes up when I haven't got any money. Saving.
Sell a Strat.
Yeah, good sell. Sell a guitar. Pet says the only musical theatre I can stomach is a Marx Brothers movie. Pet says never got Zeppelin. Like the Who, but Townsend could chin him as soon as look at him. Yes, he does. He's a bit of a character, isn't he?
The thing about Keith Moon is, if you play Who songs like Moon played them, it's complete overplaying.
It's so overplayed.
It's so overplayed. But somehow he got away with it through the sheer insanity of it.
It's just every time I listen to
every time Daltrey stopped singing, Moon would just overfill it. I don't get it. I don't like it.
No, I don't like it. Too much. Ned Amido says, here's my tip. Favorite band Shiner played live at Chicago Music Exchange recently. There's an official video on YouTube. Listen to those guitar effects on Josh Newton's guitar. Drool. Awesome. Cheers to the tip.
I like that.
Hendel says, I humbly ask you for your best opinion on this setting.
Check out Paul's ideas on how to get good distortions from your Katana. There are very early videos on this stuff. And quick tip, don't use anything other than the clean channel. There you go.
Yeah, I really like, and honestly, the Katana works, the effects, the overdrives inside the Katana, to me, work best with the clean channel. Les Paul on the Katana 100, what's the best dirt channel? Best boost for solos, time-based effects for some glass cleans by only using the pedal.
Yep. So see previous answer. Check out some of those the early videos that Paul did on the Katana.
Yeah, don't worry about the dirt channel. Use the clean channel and use the best drive inside the Katana is the blues driver. And don't be put off if you like the higher gain stuff, which I'm guessing you do. Don't be put off by the fact it says blues driver. Just stick that on, turn the gain up, and you get loads of gain. Wolfpack live at Madison Square Gardens, absolutely brilliant.
Amazing. The problem I have with Wolfpack is I'm not a great fan of their drummer. I know he's amazing,
great,
but I can't get that whole kind of stutter thing.
So good, so good. And do you know the best thing about that drummer is?
What? One Tom, yes, I know. I can't dig it though. I just can't.
Absolutely love it. Henry says, and how to use the variation setting properly. Oh,
go and watch those videos. But basically, Paul goes through it in infinite detail.
Yes. Thoughts on IK Multimedia Studio Max 3.5 for $199. I don't know the Studio Max stuff. I mean, if it's all of their plugins,
that's a winner.
It's a done deal, isn't it? Yeah, nice one. Matt says, thanks so much, guys. Early night for me today. Like and subscribe. Have a great week. Cheers, Matt. Have a good one.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. No.
Bob says your explanation on the Boss GT1 effects processor, gig tone, so well explained. Thank you, Bob. Martin Offlam, Steve Morse.
Steve Morse, great choice as well. I liked him in the Dregs, later the Dixie Dregs, then the Dregs. I love that stuff with Rod Morgenstein on drums. Great drummer.
One more thing. Is it possible to connect a Boss ME80 to a Boss? Yes.
Yes. In the loop.
Foot switch port? No. Not through the foot switch port. Definitely not.
No, through the loop.
Through the loop. Yes. If you want to use the effects in the ME80, I'm guessing that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just in case, one tom on a kit is guff. As a guitarist, I like 3 or 4. You're not a guitar player. If you like,
yes,
like a drummer,
yes.
Drummer should have one tom. It's all you need.
That's the way forward.
It's like
that many.
To me, it's like a Telecaster. It's like you've got to do more on less.
I was watching yesterday the 2022 Fantasy Drum Camp performances because Simon Phillips, Dave Weckl, Steve Morse, and another dude whose name I can't remember. Simon Phillips, Uber drum kit. Dave Weckl, fairly Uber drum kit. Steve Smith, fairly Uber. The other guy, one up, one down. And he was being very creative with one up, one down. And I really enjoyed his playing. I can't remember the guy. It was an Italian name. I was like, you are holding your own, mate, with a lot less kit. And I was enjoying it.
I think it's cooler. I think it looks cooler. It's, to me, like, I instantly know when that drummer turns up with a small kit, you instantly go, you know what you're doing.
I have, however, just done a deal with Pete at Sound Attack, my drum shop of choice, because that obviously is a very modern, beautiful, modern sounding drum kit. And I wanted something for the studio that's very vintage.
Great.
And I am buying his Gretsch round badge.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. How many toms?
One up, one down.
That's what I'm talking about.
And it's a 1965 Gretsch round badge.
Lovely, nice.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. So I'm not getting it just yet because he's basically got to do a bit of work on it to bring it back to the bearing edges need some work. But I said I'll have that off him.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice one. Cheers for tonight, lads, says Pet. I did super chat, but it got lost in anything. Oh, sorry, Pet.
Pet.
No, I can't find it, guys. Let's find it.
I will. Hang on, let me find it.
Before, I think
we did talk. No, we did. I'm sure we said about it. We definitely did.
I thought we did a. No, hold on.
No, we didn't. You're right.
Pet, thank you so much, mate. Apologies. I can't believe that probably happened while we were doing the news.
Doing the news, possibly, yeah.
Sorry, mate, and thank you so much for your generosity. He says sometimes it's just nice to have someone else silence those voices. Cheers, lad. Cheers, Pet.
Anything we can do, mate. Boom.
Les says Studio Rats finally convinced me to dump the master being dimed on my Katana, pushing the gain on the clean channel with some channel volume and not being married to the fable of keeping the master wide open. Nice one.
It's a tranny amp. You don't have to do that.
Well, even Boss recommended it. And I never really understood why. But Bogeyman, cheers for tonight, guys. Hoping you hit the 50 subs count for the year's end. Yes, that was the. To be honest, that was the plan for early on in the year, and I was hoping to get 50 by the end of the year.
We should do it by Christmas. We should do it by New Year, because our New Year episode last year was.
No. It's well on track. It's well on track now.
Yeah. So that said, we're at the end of the questions. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. It's been a blast as always. I did dash back from meetings today to make sure I was back here on time, which has been very nice. It's been great to be with you all as ever. I shall now go in and have some tea and eat. I said eat my wife. I will meet my wife because I haven't seen her since like about 11 o'clock this morning. We'll be back next week with more of the same. And yeah, have a great week. Everyone stay safe. Enjoy music and playing and stuff. Let us know if you have any questions or any videos you'd like us to make. Please do drop us a line. You know how to get hold of us via the website. But for now, my name's James Ivey.
Hi, Paul Drew.
And we'll see you next week.
Cheers, guys.